Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Lockheed Skunk Works introduces Vectis CCA. AVSS voluntarily allows FAA to pull its over-people permission. uAvionix calls for support on portable electronic conspicuity. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Talent Ali. Let's get into today's stories. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works introduces Vectis CCA. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works revealed its new autonomous drone it calls Vectis, which it says is the right size and is adaptable enough to partner with both Air Force and Navy crewed combat aircraft. While the aircraft is not necessarily aimed at Increment 2 of the Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft program, it will be flying within 2 years and could fit into the Increment 1 criteria as well. Vectis weighs more than 1,320 pounds and normally flies above flight level 180, as do other drones selected for Increment 1. Skunk Works President O.J. Sanchez says the aircraft is somewhere between Lockheed's new Common Multi-Mission Truck Cruise Missile and an F-16. In a briefing to the media, Sanchez said, quote, "Skunk Works is charting a critical path with this Vectis program to unlock new integrated capabilities at an ultra-competitive speed and price point. We've conducted classified crewed and uncrewed teaming and operations analysis, pairing F-22s and F-35s with Vectis, and the results are impressive," end quote. While not disclosing what will power the Vectis, Sanchez did say it will be rapidly upgradable and customizable. He mentioned that their internal operational analysis is not looking at supersonic capability at this time, but that its signature and communication capabilities are, quote, "compatible with 5th and next-gen aircraft." After the break, NATO jets intercept Russian IL-20M over Baltic Sea.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
DirectFly USA proudly introduces the new Alto NG, a single-engine, two-seat light sport aircraft for the North American market. This simple, all-metal aircraft design provides low-maintenance cost, easy, comfortable access, and responsive flight controls. Equipped with the Rotax 912 engine and a ballistic parachute, the Alto NG is reliable and safe. Learn more about the Alto NG at directflyusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. NATO jets intercept Russian IL-20M over Baltic Sea. On September 21st, 2 Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets were scrambled by the German Air Force to identify and monitor a Russian aircraft that was flying over the Baltic Sea without radio contact or a flight plan. The German pilots visually identified the aircraft, which stayed in neutral airspace, as an Ilyushin IL-20M recon aircraft, and the Germans transferred the escort to Swedish NATO allies and returned to their base at Rostock-Laga in northern Germany. No incident occurred during the encounter. Europe suffers weekend of chaos in check-in system failure. European travelers experience multiple days of lengthy flight delays after cyber attackers hit a third-party check-in and booking system. The effects were primarily felt in London, Berlin, Brussels, and Dublin, where more than 1,000 flights were delayed. The disruption stemmed from Collins's Muse software, a passenger processing system used by more than 300 airlines at 100 airports worldwide. RTX, the company's parent, admitted to a, quote, cyber-related disruption that began the evening of Friday, September 19th. LATAM Group orders 74 Embraer E195-E2 aircraft. LATAM Airlines Group, along with its affiliates, announced a purchase agreement with Embraer for up to 74 E195-E2 narrow-body airliners to support its expansion plans across South America. The order is for 24 firm deliveries with options to purchase an additional 50 aircraft. The firm deliveries will begin in the second half of 2026, initially for LATAM Airlines Brazil, with others coming later. LATAM Group, with this initiative, intends to strengthen its domestic and regional operations. Man handed a felony for laser striking Trump's flight. 33-year-old Jacob Samuel Winkler was charged with a felony on September 22nd after pointing a laser at the presidential helicopter Marine One right in front of a uniformed Secret Service officer. President Trump was aboard the helicopter at the time, headed for Mount Vernon to speak at the American Cornerstone Institute. Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for D.C., said, quote, "This behavior endangers Marine One and everyone on board. If you engage in this act, you will be identified and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law," end quote. That's it for today's Trip Around the Patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. AVSS voluntarily allows FAA to pull its over people permissions. Drone parachute manufacturer Aerial Vehicle Safety Solutions has voluntarily allowed the FAA to revoke its certification for operation over people with the Skydio X10 system. The permission was granted in August 2024, but after spending months on the market without a single sale, it appears the parachute-equipped drone has been abandoned altogether. The FAA gave its official stamp of approval under Part 107 rules for Category 2 and 3 operations over people on August 26, 2024. Then on April 2, 2025, AVSS asked the FAA to take it all back. The rescission applies only to the parachute-equipped version. The standard Skydio X10 remains unaffected, and anyone still chasing over people permissions will need to find another certified solution or apply for waivers. For the drone industry, this proves that certification under Part 107 Subpart D is complex, costly, and doesn't always pay off. Parachute recovery systems remain a niche corner of the drone market, despite years of effort to make them commercially viable. AVSS seems to be holding itself above water using DJI alone, with its primary offerings being parachute recovery systems for the DJI M4D, M4TD, M4E, M4T, M3D, M3TD, Mavic 3E, and Mavic 3T drones. The product claims to need less than half a second for automatic deployments. After these messages, uAvionix seeks support for portable electronic conspicuity.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. uAvionix seeks support for portable electronic conspicuity. uAvionix is calling on pilots to support portable EC under the FAA's Part 108 rule. The FAA's proposed Part 108 rule for BVLOS drone ops under 400 feet AGL requires drones to carry ADS-B in and to yield to crewed aircraft that are transmitting an ADS-B out signal. But many aircraft fly below 400 feet AGL, including balloons, gliders, vintage aircraft, powered parachutes, ultralights, seaplanes, and ag aircraft. Many of these craft cannot easily accommodate a permanent ADS-B out installation. The FAA is proposing the use of a portable EC device for these aircraft. uAvionix has launched a pilot awareness website to allow this community to learn what EC is. uAvionix's new Pilot Awareness and Portable EC Hub shows how portable electronic conspicuity offers an immediate, proven solution. 1. See and be seen. A portable EC device broadcasts ADS-B out so other aircraft, including drones equipped with ADS-B in, can detect and avoid your aircraft. 2. Low cost and quick to deploy. Compact battery-powered units typically cost under $1,000, require no costly airframe modifications, and can move from aircraft to aircraft. 3. Private and anonymous. An EC device does not transmit a signal that's traceable to your aircraft. Avoiding mid-air collisions only requires knowledge that an aircraft exists, not who it is. And 4, extends right-of-way protection, helps ensure GA pilots maintain right-of-way as intended by Part 108. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.